Welcome back to Hey Kentucky, and a visit to Morehead is not complete without talking to the new Morehead State basketball coach, Preston Spradlin. Preston, how are you?
Doing great, man. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Hey, we are glad to be here. Now, the last time I talked to you, you were on this show. It was during the season. You guys were on a little bit of a run. You were the interim coach, but now that interim has turned to full-time. How great is that we didn't know if that was going to happen when we talked to you last time.
We didn't, and so, like we said, we just tried to keep our focus on the season and all those things and not worry about the end result of getting the job. And so, and by doing that, I think things worked out the way they're supposed to, and I'm real excited. I'm excited to have my own program, to do it at a place like Morehead State where they have great tradition, great players have come through here. It's a great basketball town and a basketball state. As you see, being here, people love it, and so I'm very, very blessed and very fortunate for this opportunity.
And you're an Eastern Kentuckian. I mean, the thing that's one of the things I like about you a lot, and this is close to where you grew up. I know you couldn't have foreseen it, and it was weird how you got here, but it almost couldn't have worked out better, right?
Yeah, I mean, things happen for a reason, and this is a place that, it has to be the right fit. It has to be the right fit for everyone in administration, for the head coach, for the staff I hire.
Talk to me about recruiting at a place like Morehead. I mean, I remember Kenneth Fareed was here years ago and was from Newark, New Jersey, and I actually talked to him and said, how's a kid from Newark end up in Morehead? And he goes, I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of places you go, you're going to recruit Kentucky kids, but you're also going to be going out of state. How do you end up getting kids to a place that they probably never even heard of as a town until you talk to them?
It's all about the people. It's all about the relationships. And, we tell players that you can go to another place that has a bigger gym, has a bigger city, but if you don't get to play and you don't have great relationships with your teammates and the coaches, it's not going to work. So focus on doing those things, and then the icing on the cake is that we do have those nice facilities and things like that on top of it. So that's kind of how we do it. It's all about finding that right fit.
Now, do you use as an advantage? I mean, you're the youngest Division I coach in the country, and you don't get to use that forever because you won't be the youngest forever. But do you use that as an advantage and say, hey, these are coaches maybe I can relate to as a player more than I would some older guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's all about the relationship piece of it and being able to relate to your guys and having fun with them and getting them to play hard for you in the right way. And, with the roster turnover that we've had this year, we have a lot of playing time available. So I'm telling the guys, hey, if you want to come to a place where you don't have to wait your turn,
you can play now.
You can play now. And kind of the same way with me being the youngest head coach. There's probably a lot of guys out there that were more qualified or just as deserving to be a Division I head coach at this point in time. But for me at Morehead State, this was the right fit, and it's the same thing that I'm talking to recruits about.
I want to ask you one question about, the Cal 30 for 30 was just last week, and it's a lot about sort of what he does behind the scenes. You worked with him for 5 years. Talk to me about the Cal people don't see on camera and what he's like. I always say he's like the guy you see on camera, but in some ways better. What do you think?
Absolutely. It was a dream come true, and I was very blessed to be there for 5 years and get my start under him, and he's a person that I certainly lean on. I thought the show was terrific. It gave me some insight to some things that obviously before I had the opportunity to get to know him and work for him that I got to see, and it all started making sense now of kind of the way he is, and he's an unbelievable marketer. He's an unbelievable teacher, but above everything, he's got great passion in everything that he does, whether it's recruiting or on campus or in the media, and certainly coaching his team, and he leaves no stone unturned. And that's the kind of stuff that you got a glimpse of when you're watching the 30 for 30 that makes him so special.
And he uses those same silly phrases with you all that he does in public, like all the little catchphrases that people sort of come to. He's like that even behind the scenes, isn't he?
Well, you got to try him out somewhere. You got to make sure they stick. But absolutely, no, he's unbelievable. And I tell people all the time that as fun as watching his games are, his practices were even more fun because you really get to see him in his best element. I think any coach, if you're really in it for the right reasons, you enjoy practices more than games, and that's where he is. He loves to teach. He loves to see the guys get better and achieve their goals and achieve their dreams, and that's his role is to do that, and he embraces it better than anyone.
Preston Spradlin, coach here at Morehead State. I wish you luck this year. We're going to come to a game. I hope that's all right.
Absolutely. I'm going to hold you to it since you said that we're your second favorite team.
Second favorite team.
All right.
All right, we'll see you later. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Hey Kentucky.